Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and welcome back to another 2023 Preview and Prediction video. Today I'll be doing the USC Trojans, so let's get right into it. Well, last season USC had one of their best seasons since 2000, the early 2010s, late 2000s. They went 11-3, went 11-1 in the regular season by losing to Utah by 1 point. Lost in the Pac-12 championship to Utah after Caleb Williams got hurt, and then lost to Tulane by 1 in the Cotton Bowl. They had some good wins during the season. They beat Notre Dame, they beat UCLA, they beat Oregon State. So they had some good wins, but Lincoln Riley's got a lot to prove upcoming this next season after having a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, but not being able to get the job done and make the playoffs. So, with that being said, let's look at the roster. Well, you have Caleb Williams back. He's going to be your starter unless he gets injured. You also have freshman Malachi Nelson, who's waiting in the wings as well. Running back, you have Austin Jones, as well as transfer running back Marshawn Lloyd from South Carolina. Wide receivers, Brendan Rice, Mario Williams, Dorian Singer from Arizona, Taj Washington, Kyron Hudson. You got weapons all across the plane for USC. The offensive line, you have 3 transfers coming in. Emmanuel Pregnon coming in from Wyoming. You have Jarrett Kingston coming in from Washington State. And you have Michael Tarquin coming in from Florida. So you're helping rebuild the offense to help protect your quarterback. What about the defense? Well, last year the defense was very opportunistic, but not that good. You bring in Solomon Byrd, you have at the end at corner, you have Sire Wright, you have Kalen Bullock at safety, Bryson Shaw at safety, Domian Jackson at corner, and Jalen Smith at corner. The transfers you get, Kyron Bars coming in from Arizona at nose tackle, Bear Alexander from Georgia coming in at nose tackle, Jack Sullivan from Purdue coming in at D tackle, Jamil Muhammad coming in at edge rusher from Georgia State. You had Mason Cobb coming in from Oklahoma State. Let's see. You had Anthony Lucas, edge rusher, coming in from Texas A&M. And you had Christian Roland Wallace, nickelback, coming in from Arizona. So, good transfer portal class for Mr. USC. Are they going to be utilized well with Alex Grinch? Are they going to be developed enough? Well, let's see what I think when we look at the schedule. Week 1, USC week 0. USC this season has 2 bye weeks because they play a week 0 game. They play in week 0 San Jose State. They should win that game easily. Week 1, they play Nevada. Should win that game easily. Stanford in week 2 should win that game easily before their first bye week. Coming out of that bye week, they have back-to-back road games, but they're against 2 of the bottom 5 teams in the Pac-12, Arizona State and Colorado. I think they win both those games. They have an interesting game against Arizona with another pretty good offense, but I think that USC has enough depth to win that game. So at this point, before your first real test, you're 6-0 before going on the road to Notre Dame. This is going to be an interesting game. Notre Dame under Marcus Freeman, they have Sam Hartman coming in. They have a lot of talent across the board, but they have their tight ends coach from last year is now their offensive coordinator. And that, I think, could be their downfall if you're thinking that their offense is going to be able to keep up with USC. Sam Hartman at Wake Forest, he had a coach that had a scheme that worked best for him. We don't know if that's going to be the case at Notre Dame. So at this point in the season, I think USC gets the win in Notre Dame Stadium, a big win for Lincoln Riley, to go to 7-0. Then they play Utah, a team that beat them twice last year. I think that USC is going to be raring to get a mental and physical win here against Utah at home to go to 8-0. Then you play at California. California not going to be not going to be that good of a team this year. I think that you win the game. Then you have a 3-game stretch at the end of the year that's going to be very tough. Washington at home, at Oregon, and UCLA at home. This is going to be tough. But I do think that Washington gets the win against USC. The only reason is because they get them first. At this point in the season, USC is going to be 8-0 rolling, but I guarantee you there's going to be some nerves of wanting to go undefeated and catching a game like this against a high-powered offense with Michael Penix Jr., Roma Dunze, a team that's already lost once. I think Washington gets the win against USC and gives them their first loss of the season. So after this, they go on the road to Oregon. And I think at this point, USC is going to be in wounded animal mode. They're going to be fixing stuff that they did not do against Washington. And I think that they beat Oregon in Eugene to get a big win before their rivalry game against UCLA. And the final week, or the second to last week of the season, their last game against UCLA, I think that USC gets a big win there to finish the season 11-1 for the second year in a row under Lincoln Riley. I just think there's too much talent on this team for them to do any less than 10 wins this year. You have the returning Heisman Trophy winner. You have a lot of defensive talent coming back. The mental game is the only reason I think that they lose to a team like Washington. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and Go Dawgs.